Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another first impressions video. Tremendous. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned to you. Today, we are doing another first impressions video, and a very special one today, actually. A very special one today. I'm looking forward to this, and I have been for some time, and by that I mean years. Sultan Pasha has been making guitars for a long time, and I've always wondered, I wonder what it would be like if he actually made some perfumes, like perfumes and alcohol sort of thing. Well, guess what? He has, and I have them here, samples sent to me courtesy of Peter Kokorin. Thanks, Peter. There are only 4, but I'm actually very much looking forward to these because I have been told that these are very good. So, the 4 we have before us today are Irisoir, Quintessentially Amber, Joyeux, and Thebes. Not necessarily in that order, though. So, I have the website up on my phone. I have the perfumes in front of my nose. And I am very much looking forward to these. I have a couple of Sultan Pasha's guitars. And I'm a big fan of Fougère Noir. Unfortunately, that's obviously not here. Which one have we got here, then? Which one's first? Joyeux. Start at the end, of course. Okay, Joyeux. What are you? £265, taxes included for 50ml, I believe. Extrait De Parfum. Bottles look really nice, to be fair. Sultan created this fougère to honour those who crave the beautiful simplicity and joyous feeling of a sunny day in lavender fields. Built around an exceptional lavender enfleurage, it begins with very fresh aromatics and citruses, and transitions to warm, radiant hay and sweet earth. It is far from simplistic, though, and a very satisfying base of resins, clary sage, and leather intertwines this is surprisingly long-lasting fragrance. Each fragrance purchase will include the corresponding sample, limited to 1 bottle per purchase. Woof! Okay, Joyeux, my friends. Joyeux is a fougère. Let's have a look at thy pyramid. Top, lavender enfleurage, lavender essential oil, bergamot and mint. Mint, always a good thing. Middle is lavender enfleurage, lavender absolute, clary sage, jasmine muguet. Base is mousse de saxe, tonka, sandalwood, mysore, patchouli, vetiver, cedar, leather, Siamese benzoin, opoponax, ambergris, musk, and seaweed. Straight away, I get a lot of clary sage. I get a lot of the sage out the middle there. It's very dry. It's very floral. It's a little bit creamy underneath, so I can already feel, excuse me whilst I hydrate, this dry hay, absolutely getting the hay vibe, hay there. A hay vibe, excuse me. I think he's misspelled jasmine, because that's his jamine, unless I'm completely wrong and there is a fragrance called jamine. Let me know. Not getting any of the resins or any of the base, but I do like this, but it's very sagey. It's very dry, very, very dry. Very hay, but like dry hay, not wet hay. Hay that's been out in the sun. Starchy almost. Not getting much of the mint. Yes, I know I'm trying. I'm probably going to try each of these on skin as well. There's only 4. So if I come back and do final impressions, or if I unbox one, you'll know what's happening. It's soapy, starchy, dry, clean. When I first sprayed it on, I got something a little bit salty out of it, and I thought I smelled the seaweed absolute. but it's definitely evened out into this kind of, you know, like when you shake those old things that used to have the oils in, and one would be like yellow, one would be blue, one would be red, and you would shake them up and they'd all be like mixed up, and then they would separate out because there'd all be different densities. It's kind of what happens when you put a perfume like this on, when you spray it first time. You get everything all at once, and it sort of like evens out, like it works its way out over a short period of time. It's very dry, very starchy, very sagey on the stick. I'm getting a little bit of woodiness, but again, a very dry wood, very dry. Something a little bit darker lurking in there, maybe some patchouli as well. That's really nice. I like that. That is actually very good. That's something else I should say about Sultan Pasha. Sultan Pasha is actually very good at what he does. He is extremely good. He's not like an average indie perfumer. Sorry, indie perfumers, but not my thing. I'm looking for, well, this kind of thing, if I'm being honest. Like, I never actually bought anything. Like, a mate sent me those things. I can't remember who it was. But, oh, fuck. Thanks. Anyway, where am I? Next up, we have Quintessentially Amber. So I've been told about this, and it's meant to be incredible. So let us see. Over the years, Sultan has explored in great depth the various facets of the complex amber genre. With Quintessentially Amber, he decided to create a kaleidoscopic amber using all of the elements of this genre, but in a harmonious way. Warm, resinous, creamy, spicy, sweet, salty, camphoric, and incensey. Each fragrance purchased will include the corresponding sample, limited to 1 per bottle purchased. Okay, so your notes are citrus, aldehyde, spices, rose, amber, labdanum, benzoin, styrax, musk, patchouli, vetiver, sandalwood, vanilla, and ambergris. Okay. Should have really sprayed that on while I was reading that out. I am a big fan of an amber. It was Amber Sultan that showed me what perfume could really be. Let's see what this is like. I love it. Oh no. Oh fuck. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's fantastic. Fuck. Oh, that is lovely. There's something a little bit caramel-like. I don't know where that's coming from. Probably something to do with the benzoin. It's almost certainly something to do with the benzoin. I can smell it, you know what I mean? Fuck. But it's got a caramel colour and texture to it. That is fucking lovely, that. It's really salty as well. It's like a salted caramel. You know? It's almost gourmand. Oh, that is crazy work. I'd love to know where he learned to do it, like how he did, like if he had any training, like at all, if he's had advice or if he's had like tricks, and because he is very different from your average indie perfumer. He's not normal. Like most indie perfumers are not good. I'll be honest. Some are better than others. A lot of people get a lot of traction, by simply being indie perfumes. People are like, I love indie perfume, I'm going to try that, and I'm going to love it. And some are better than others, and some are really bad. Sultan Pasha's fucking extremely good. Like, it smells like proper, really well-made perfume. It's not a French style of perfume. It's got French style. It's almost Italian. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting a lot of benzoin. I'm getting some vanilla. I'm getting like almost like the residue of ambergris. Almost like the kind of, it's a little bit like salted caramel sort of thing. It's got a little bit of wood coming through. The labdanum's there, but just the right amount. Labdanum in an amber is brilliant. I'm starting to get bits of the rose coming through, so it's reminding us of Amber Sultan, which is never a bad thing. I was going to say never a good thing there. This is absolutely going on skin. This is going on skin after the video ends. That is fantastic. I think it was Carl Anderson who said to us, I think you're really going to like the amber. And how right he was, but don't tell him I said that. Don't tell him I said that. Okay, next up we have Thebes. A Den of Thebes. So, who are you? What are you? Tell me what's your thing. Thebes was inspired by the imagery of an ancient Egyptian tomb and the journey between life and death and light and shade. Ooh, I've sprayed that all over the stick. Ooh, green. A complex fragrance for those seeking inner truth and solace, or just olfactive pleasure. Usually, I'm not going to lie to you, that's kind of what I'm seeking. The somber, earthy vetiver and rooty orris contrasting fascinatingly with the positive, uplifting jasmine, muguet, and rose. Each fragrance purchased will include the corresponding sample, limited to one per purchase. Bergamot, muguet, aldehydes, and rosemary at the top. The mid is orris butter, rose, jasmine, and musk, and the base is vetiver, amber, ambergris, musk, oak moss, and animalics. Again, that is lovely. That is really good. That is green and fresh and dark chocolate from the vetiver, and yet it's contrasted really well with like the jasmine and the rosemary. There's something a little warm and furry at the bottom there. Warm and furry bottom with the animalics. Creamy. I'm getting rosemary from it as well, absolutely, because it's reminding us a little bit of the top of Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. A little bit of that kind of weird green herbaceousness. Like your muguet, which is like a type of white floral. A little bit salty. These have all got a very salty kind of bent to them. Like a salty skin. Skin that's been in the sea. Green. Dark, soft. It's got a little bit of soft warmth from the excuse me whilst I hydrate. A little bit of soft warmth from the orris butter. Oh, that's lovely. That's really good, but I don't think I would wear it. I'll try it on skin, to see what happens. But the white floral aspect of the jasmine and the muguet, that kind of, and then with the ambergris as well, is giving us a bit of tuberose, and I'm not like not a fan of tuberose. It hasn't got a tuberose smell. Doesn't smell. It's just giving us that crunchy, salty tuberose thing. But the rest of it, if you could have that vetiver with the ambergris, the orris butter, the rosemary, the bergamot, if I could just take out the white floral, but it wouldn't smell the same. It wouldn't be the same. Wouldn't smell the same. But it's very coherent. It makes sense. It smells good. You know, if you're into those notes and you like what you're hearing, that's something else I find actually with Sultan Pasha, if I'm being honest. I think you can smell most of what he says is in there. You know, like his note pyramid, and it's not an ingredient pyramid, but it is a note pyramid. When I smell his perfumes, I smell what he's saying is there. You know, it's not like a thing where it's like, what do they call it? It's not a placebo, where it's like a projection. He's not projecting onto us what I'm smelling. It's like I'm actually smelling it. I can smell what he's saying is there. Anyway, next up, and last but not least, Irisoir. Outgoing, luxurious, and grandiose. Oh, we've met, have we? Inspired by classic French iris fragrances from the 40s and 50s, but taking a slightly different approach by steering away from the grey, somewhat cool facets of orris. Instead, we have a more colourful palette, including violet. Violet and iris go together. It's the only time that violet, apart from violet leaf, violet flower is acceptable. I don't like violet. Violet, peach, spices, and creamy woods. Top, Iris Absolute, violet. Excuse me, I'm just making sure I don't spray this all over my fucking face. Excuse me. Iris Absolute, violet, heliotrope, lilac, and peach. Oh, that's going to be very middle of the century, isn't it? Orris butter, carnation, tuberose, jasmine, rose, violet leaf Absolute. Violet leaf's good. Base is ambergris, styrax, tonka absolute, Mysore sandalwood, cedar, Haitian vetiver, orris butter, and musk. That I knew when I read violet, heliotrope, lilac, and peach that I wasn't gonna be. It's not my type of fragrance, this at all. Very kind of grand 50s dame, big floral, fruity chypre type of thing. It's putting us in mind of stuff like Mitsuko, which for a lot of people will be, oh, that sounds fantastic. You can tell this is high quality. You can tell that the ingredients used in the blend, it's very blousy. It's very powdery. That is very, you know, that is extremely very. It's a little bit fruity. It's peachy. It's got like imagine like the skin of a peach, soft, but it's got a little bit of fur. It's clean. A little bit green. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. It's intensely blousy. It's very excuse me, it's making us feel dry at the back of my throat. It's femme. It's very femme. Very, when he says 40s and 50s France, absolutely. It's not grey, it's outgoing, it's not my thing. Okay. Right. I'm pretty safe in the knowledge that I'll be able to leave that alone. I'll try it on skin and we'll see what happens, but that was, it's not my style of fragrance, you know, so it could be the best fragrance in the world and I still wouldn't be like, Okay, let's try, this one was Thebes. Was it Thebes? No, it's not, it's Joyeux. This is Joyeux. So clean, a little bit of greenness now. Hay meadow. Air, salty. Soapy. Very soapy. I'll try that on skin. I really like that. That is very nice. I like that. Next one, I believe, is the Amber. That puts me in the mind of Amber Prosciutto. Amber Prosciutto by... Amber Prosciutto by... Metro Parfum Arroganti. I imagine there are people screaming at their TVs or their phones or anything that they're listening to. The labdanum's coming out a bit more. It's giving grip to that kind of sweet caramel. So it's bringing it in. It's giving it structure. A little bit of bounce. That could very well be a purchase. That on first impressions, which this is what this video is, could very well be that. That settled down a lot, actually. That is Thebes. Sorry, Thebes. I'm telling people you are what you want. That's very nice. I like the greenness. I like the darkness. I like the cleanness of the vetiver. You know, it's got a little bit of. If you're in the UK, I don't know if they sell them anywhere else. There's these chocolates called After Eights, and I really like that about vetiver. Some vetivers smell like After Eights, and they're like these mint chocolate kind of. It's like creme de. It's like creamy milk, creamy mint kind of goo in a dark chocolate. It's fucking gorgeous, like. That's actually really nice. Something a little bit powdery going on there, but not to worry. A little bit herbish. Herbish? Herbaceous. Herbish? Sounds like hillbilly. Herbish? Yeah. That Irisoir a little bit pretty for me. Anyway, this has been my first impressions video. Very impressed. Thank you very much, everyone. I will see you again soon. Bye.